Lucy, what are you all skittish for? We just pulled up here and there is a street lamp here above me. But for the most part, the Cape Penelope State Park is extremely there's nobody here. It's just probably me, and there's a light way off in the distance, and of course there's street lamps here, but there's nobody here though, is what I mean. Like you're very secluded here. Like there, even though we're right, we have Lewis here, Rehoboth. There's a lot of urban area around the perimeter of the park. There's still wetlands that connect the inner portion of the state to this kind of little isolated portion of preserve or state park, which is old military base. It's Fort Miles is the part we're at right now. See Battery 519, which I'm not going to get all crazy about the number 519, but let's just say it's just a weird, it's strange that it's Battery 519. I never realized that before, but my ex-wife, she used to be volleyball and stuff, and when she was 16, they would come here. 16, yeah, right. I know I'm 36 now, so yeah, when she was 16, they would come here for the summer, and these barracks, which are actually, Lucy, don't get all crazy. If you can see these barracks, they go all the way down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, and probably 3 on the other side. They're these older style buildings, which I'm not gonna go inside just because, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and here I am out here by this building, and yeah, I'm just gonna back away from that. Lucy, don't go in there. So anyhow, the kids used to camp in there, and they would have summer camps, and I think they still do have summer camps and stuff like that in there. And as you can see the sun, you can see I don't know what you call that, where it's like a slight orange tint to the blue. It's cold out here, huh? Tuck that tail up in there, Lucy. Shoo-wee, mama. Ooh-wee. We're gonna go and we're gonna see the sunrise. I decided to wear shorts, which was probably not good, huh, Lucy? We got the moon. I don't know if you guys can see that. Looks like we got a plane flying by the moon, or a spaceship, or perhaps, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff flying up in the sky up there. Look at that, you can see one star. The big bright is probably a plane, and there's one way up there. There's two planes that could definitely be mistaken for UFOs. That's way up there, Lucy, huh? Or is it just optical illusion because it's nighttime? I don't know. Oh, look, Lucy, we're going for a walk. Look, come on. She's cold. Poor thing. All right, Lucy, let's go. Here we go, off into the darkness. Yeah, it's nice being here because you can like really feel the energy and the magic here. All of the memories and the history. As I was riding down the road, I was thinking to myself, wow, this is the same road that, young military men rode down 60 years ago. And, in their Jeeps or their trucks or whatever, thinking that the Germans or whatever, the Japanese or, whoever, I don't know, whatever, different types of people could come and sabotage or whatever from the inside or attack from other countries or who knows what. These people were ready for war. And this is the remnants of it. And they have all these different little things everywhere too. Like this is like says Fort Miles Historic Area, Battery 519, Cantonment. I can't spell, I can't pronounce, I have no comprehension skills, so forgive me. But yeah. So here you can see another row of these buildings. They're pretty old, I guess 60 some years old maybe now. And they're still holding up. They're just cinder block, and I guess a roof truss system on 24 or 36-inch spacing, and some of the insides obviously have been reframed again. Like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see because it's dark, but basically what this area was is you can see these big ass guns everywhere. And here's some smaller guns right here. I don't know if you guys probably can't see it in the dark that good with the lighting, but these are just big ass guns right here. And these big ass guns are all over the place. I mean, they're everywhere, you know, they're just these big artillery cannons or whatever, and they're just mounted everywhere. There's 3 on this little platform right here. Come on, Lucy! Come on, Lucy! Lucy! She's not coming. She's rolling in something. Oh, great. Oh no, here she comes. She found something to roll in. Whenever a dog is rolling around in something, like, they could just be scratching their back, but a lot of times they're putting on what I like to call doggy cologne. And that's usually not something that a human would consider to be a good cologne. No, you smell good, or is that just the air because we're at the beach? Whew. Sure is cold out here, Lou. Here's some more of those guns. They're really everywhere. These big guns are everywhere. It's so dark out here you can't see nothing. I know I'm an idiot. But it's more or less just an ASMR video now at this point. You can hear my voice and be annoyed by it. This is another gun. I don't know if you guys can see. There's 2 mounted here. And they really do have a big ass gun somewhere around here. I'm not really sure exactly where. Yeah, so they got those 2 little guns back there. The big ass gun's probably up at the top of the hill or somewhere. Maybe it's around the corner. I don't know. Here's another gun over here. So they have, yes, this is just more buildings. This was probably, if I had to guess, this was like the main office. You know, here's just some more barracks. You know, they're barracks all the way down this whole street. You know, I don't know, I guess you could probably fit 50 guys in each one, probably. Probably had a bathhouse. The little one down there in the middle was probably the bathhouse. This big one here to our left is probably the office slash chow hall slash, you know, get yourself right kind of with the office kind of area, the commander's office area. And then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, looks like 8 50-man barracks, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so yeah. Sure is cold out here, and then we're just walking up the road, and they're right on the beach. Like, you can see that there's a big concrete platform there where those lights are shining on. You can see it. There was probably a big gun mounted there at one point. And there's a road this way. What is up that way, Lucy? I don't know. I've never been that way before. That's something new. There's a new dirt road over there. I mean, this area is awesome. It's magical that they let us come in here. I'm here. It is 4 a.m. Christmas morning, like down this road right here. This is a big steep hill right here. You can't see it in the dark. This is a big steep hill. We're on a giant dune right now, kind of elevated above everything. And there's just always look, you see the big gun. You probably can't see. I don't know if you can see. There's guns everywhere. Big cannons point everywhere. I think they're trying to make it seem as close to when it was in use. So, you know, I'm assuming they just found like the old concrete pads. This concrete pad looks new. I can't really see it that well in the dark, but even in the dark, I can just see it from here. It's not 60-year-old pad. You can see it from here. Let's walk up on it. Yeah, they have like all this new gravel coming up to it. This don't look, this is a big ass gun. I mean, this gun is, I wish I had a light on my phone right now. Because this gun has got to be 20 feet long, 6 feet in diameter back here, this big breech area or whatever. this gigantic area. This big, oh my gosh, this gun is gigantic. I don't know how many millimeters it is. Lucy, my hands are getting cold. I'm gonna come over here. It's a 6-inch and it fires a 90-pound high explosive round. Okay, so it's a 6-inch gun. That sucker is big. And they're showing it right now fully out in the open, but apparently at some point it did have a shell, so to speak, like an armor, a casing around the, I guess, the hull breech area where all the bits and the assembly parts are at. Holy moly, there's even, that sucker's got or something. There's another 6-inch gun right here, which I'm sure you probably can't see even though the moonlight is. And then there's like a, man, I don't even know what that is. That's like probably, I guess, the bigger one than whatever that is. Well, and this, I believe, is a bunker that I'm actually walking on right now. So it's kind of like wherever there was a sand dune, they had the opportunity to use it for camouflage. So these sand dunes have big bunkers built into them. And this particular bunker happens to be, I think, the largest hill, I would think, or one of the largest, one of the three. Might even have built sand up around a lot of the natural dunes to even enhance some of these suckers, because some of these structures have big, see, you can see we're coming up on top of this dune. And when I was a young man, this was all ruins. It was all totally in ruins. Nothing was any good anymore. It was all totally just... We used to climb all over this stuff when we were kids. I mean, it was ruins out here. I mean, they got nice stairs coming up in here now, and I'm assuming there's gonna be a big gun coming out of this area right here. There's probably a big gun. And they might even have one or two more of these, I think. Maybe one or two more, I think. Like another one. And then Herring Battery was all the way down at the end, which I was at the other day. And here's the bay. This would be considered the Delaware Bay, I think, you know. And over there across the bay is New Jersey. And this would be the Delaware River would be way up there, and Lewis Bay is over that way. And you guys probably can't see anything, but yeah, behind me in this beautiful color over here, that is towards the ocean where the sun is rising. And over here, beach, the bay beach area, it's right on the tip. It's called the Point. For artillery with an underground bunker. And I mean, some of these underground bunkers, they have corridors and offices, and I mean, not now, but when it was probably you know, like I said, there was at one point there back in the 70s and stuff. Oh, Lucy's cold. There was a restaurant here. What the heck, Lucy? Let's walk on the concrete. The fence is blown down. Oh, how nice. It's a big concrete patio right here. I'm assuming they're going to have a path going down to the beach probably right here. There's a gigantic cannon that would shoot almost probably to New Jersey, which is about 17 miles away. And now Lucy's walking off into the sand. Maybe we'll be here after the sun starts coming up and we'll give some more video. But for right now, it's just beautiful and magical out here. You know, you can think of all of the soldiers who have been here in the past. And then when it was in ruins, 60s and 80s, hippies and people coming here, the local yokels drinking and having sex and setting fires and stuff and camping and then back in the 90s, they started getting control of it here and cleaning it up, and all the park rangers that have worked here to preserve it, and local, people who are, donating their time to. It's gigantic. A lot of history here in this park, and I'm sure hundreds of years ago, it was probably Native Americans here that were doing their thing in this beautiful area. I know that they harvested clams not even a mile or two from this area, so they were definitely really close to here. So this area has a lot of history over the past couple hundred years. Yeah, it's just really cool to be here. Wintertime when it's snowing. I mean, it's freezing cold. If you come here in the wintertime when it's snowing, it's almost like you have the whole place to yourself, and you just feel like you can kind of just be in control of all of your thoughts and just feel totally at one with your environment, and like no one is going to come around and try to impose a thought or a belief on you in any such way. You just kind of just, so yeah, beautiful place. Oh, got the moon back over here, got the sun coming up over there. It's pretty beautiful. Sorry that there's no light, not that you want to see my ugly mug anyways, but it's so beautiful out here. Yep, a lot of memories here at the Cape State Park. Beautiful place. God bless the person who made this a park and saved it and preserved it, because it is, I mean, the beauty here is amazing. Like, I don't know if the rest of Delaware coastline looked like this, but it probably could have, you know, like down by Rehoboth and towards Fenwick, Ocean City, Bethany, down south of here. But if it did, well, it obviously did, because parts of it still do, you know. So, but just, it's a shame that we built even on area that is this. But I gotta say, if I was, you know, a pioneer and I stumbled across an area like this that was just beautiful, I would put my house here too, I guess. And then once you do that, somebody else comes and somebody else comes, and before you know it, and there's municipalities and groups of people making decisions, and then there's towns, and then there's, you know, entire cities, you know, connected to other cities, you know, on top of these beautiful, beautiful spots, you know, in the beach, and there's bunkers built into the beautiful dunes, and Mother Nature just sort of has to blend in or be erased completely. So, yeah, I know that so, and we're on the peninsula, so that makes a big difference too. We're not on the mainland. Yeah, so we have a very beautiful, pristine area right here. Man, I mean, if I could just show you, just the elevation here is probably drops probably a couple hundred, no, 150 feet maybe at the most probably, but it's a lot. It looks like a lot. The elevation, you know, yeah, it's definitely 150, definitely. So. All right, Lucy, we're freezing. We're waiting for the sun. We're going to see if we can make it without freezing our noses off. Lucy's running around crazy with her tail between her legs, so. And you can really see the clouds. Like, all you see is just like an orange haze or fuzz. But there's actually a really, really beautiful, beautiful silhouette from the clouds there or whatever, off in the distance towards Cape May. All right, toes and noses froze. Let's goes. All right, adios. Soon. Merry Christmas.